These understandings I am sharing here are received through meditation and prayer. Seeking for truth, it became my practice to wake naturally around 3 a.m. each morning, and then sit in meditation using techniques I have learnt along the way. It began with uncontrollable fears that kept arising within my mind because of choices I had made not to follow the ways of an unjust world. I realized I was being guided by a voice within to go into each fear, and there the truth would be revealed. After years of practice, I finally reached a space of unimaginable peace, where knowledge that was not of this world would flow across the surface of my mind. Eventually I learned to welcome the fears as they became a force that would push me deeper to look within. Each one I would surrender to the power and the voice within, and each one would be answered in total clarity, in perfect love and in perfect peace, showing a reality that this world has long forgot, a reality we are all created in, a reality of light, eternal, holy and forever pure. The universe is the mind of God. Everything real and unreal is happening within it. There are no empty spaces and no voids. Everything is connected. What is everywhere is boundless and unlimited. What is real was created by our Creator. What is unreal was not. Because we have learned to identify ourselves with a limited and bound body, we have taught ourselves our own mind is likewise limited and bound, a singular, isolated mind existing independently and alone. The body mind is the ego mind. Everything we have learned about ourselves at this level of the isolated mind is therefore unreal. Using the mind in an unnatural state of aloneness brings unnatural experiences. Using the mind bound by limits and imprisoned within a body projects a reality that is fearful and unreal. The body was made for this, to see a world of our own making. A third of our lives is occupied with sleep, where dreaming is made possible. To understand dreaming, we must first consider the nature of sleep, for the purpose of sleep is but to dream. Living in time, in physical animal bodies, there is a profound message to be understood in why we dream and why we sleep. The world and the body are intertwined in a physical reality existing in time and surrounded by the darkness of space. A physical reality that is a dream within a higher, non-physical reality, a spirit reality, boundless, timeless, made of light. A reality we were all created in, within the mind of a loving creator. In this world, sleep mirrors an ability we have as spirit to create unreal realities made in darkness. As spiritual beings, sleep is a state in which we detach from the light of reality, temporarily losing awareness of ourselves and experiencing ourselves within another reality, seen in darkness. Likewise, as embodied physical beings living in time, in what appears to be a solid fixed world, our consciousness shifts when we sleep and we enter a dream of another reality, unconscious of who we are outside the dream, a reality we see in darkness. Sleep creates another reality in darkness, only for ourselves, where we dream alone in isolation, within our own isolated minds. This mirrors the experience of ourselves as a body, living in a world that appears outside of us, unaware of who we are, surrounded by darkness, alone and living in isolation. In dreams, we create an alternative, believable reality within our minds. This new reality feels entirely external, as if we are within it, and it is outside ourselves, filled with characters, events, and experiences that seem to happen to us. Yet it is all generated from within. Dreams mask their origin so effectively that we are unaware of being their creators. Everything in a dream appears independent of us, as though it exists outside of our control. We become powerless within our own dream, and often they do turn to nightmares where we feel helpless and afraid, because an unreal fear has entered the dream. Dreams are profound reflections of our inner state of mind. Every character, event, joy, fear or terror within a dream symbolizes aspects we believe about ourselves. Yet the dream world lacks solidity and permanence, and when we wake, it disappears entirely, leaving no trace in the waking world. Everything loved or feared disappears completely. This transitory nature of dreams mirrors the elusive and impermanent qualities of our physical reality itself. Science, including quantum physics, reveals that the physical world we perceive as solid and real is, in fact, energetic and dynamic in nature. There is nothing solid within it. Our physical world depends on observation and expectation, shaped by our beliefs and perceptions. Like dreams, the world we see is a projection of our consciousness. We are spirit beings of light, living within the mind of God, and dreaming we are bodies. The body's function is to see a dream, to see a world we made in darkness, as we have asked it to be. Yet our reality was made in light, where everything is radiant. Yet the physical world we think we see is a reflection of our own thoughts. It is our perception. True seeing is not perception. Perception is a choice of what we have judged reality to be, judgments made in darkness. Through the eyes we see only reflected light, light bouncing off the surface of everything. Beneath the surface we see nothing. The world the body sees is not radiant. It does not have its own light source. Even our own bodies we do not truly see. We see only the light bouncing off the surface of skin, and remain completely unaware of what is occurring within. The light we see is the light that was not absorbed by the body, and so we see only what we are not. Beneath this surface lies darkness and mystery. Our eyes were made to see a reality made in darkness. The body, like in a dream, was designed to maintain the illusion of separation from reality and our true nature. If we were to truly see the body, or see beyond its veil, the illusion would be shattered, the dream would be undone. A condition of dreaming is that within dreams we never see ourselves. The body and the world was made to not be understood. Those who have understood did not see through the body's eyes. One aspect of dreaming is that we cannot see ourselves within the dream. To do so would break the illusion, dismantling the dream entirely. Similarly, The body and physical reality we see are reflections, light reflected off of surfaces that obscure our seeing reality. What our eyes were made to see is but a tiny reflection, bouncing off the surface of all things, an external light. What lies beneath is completely unseen. Our true essence is non-physical, radiant and eternal, a state of being that cannot be seen in the physical world by the body. Our true self is light, which radiates from within. Within the dream, we see only an external light source. We do not see that the light is coming from within, and so what we see is not really there. The mind of God is light. We are creations within the holy mind of God. Light is eternal, unbound and free. The dream we made for ourselves and the body through which the dream is experienced is not being done to us. We are the dreamer, and the power to change the dream lies within us. The physical world, seen through the body, serves a purpose. They are constructs that enable us to explore and experience ourselves outside of the light of our divine reality. Their function is to act as barriers to knowledge and light, keeping us unaware of our divine nature. Their power lies in their ability to deceive, to make us believe that what we are making for ourselves is reality. However, when the dream has turned into a hell realm and pain and suffering has become an aspect of a dream, we have become lost within. Salvation is achieved through relearning and remembering. Once the world and the body are eventually seen for what they are, they lose their power to deceive us. The world can then be transformed through the true meaning of forgiveness. When we begin to recognize the glory of our true eternal selves, unbounded by physicality, we begin to reclaim our sovereignty and the power that is within us, the power to turn the dream around and to see ourselves differently. We begin to truly heal, forgiving fearful dreams that never truly had the power to hurt us. Forgiveness has its meaning only within the dream. In heaven, forgiveness has no purpose. Until then, we are powerless and merely lost within our own dream, living at the mercy of things that seem to happen to us. One of the aspects of the world we are making for ourselves are the fears that divide us, justifications for keeping our defences in place. Taking from others so that we can feel secure, taking from others so that we can have more, all done because we do not see who we are. all done because we do not see that true power is within us. Yet, as we embark on the journey of remembering and reawakening to the oneness that we are forever part of, the world will take on a new meaning. Our mind will align with the Creator's mind, where knowledge will easily flow across. Our dreaming world will reflect this knowledge, and the will of a loving Creator will become our own, where all is held in true justice, where fairness and abundance will be for all achieved through the power of love. Our experiences will transform to reflect our newly held beliefs about ourselves. This transformation will bring liberation and freedom. And with each challenge we face, the blessings that comes from knowing oneself as part of a loving Creator will flow into our lives. Curses will turn into blessings, and pain and suffering will be healed. The wholesomeness of unlimited, united thinking, free from fear and aligned with the laws of oneness, will transform our lives for us. There is literally nothing to do, because it will all be done for us, because what is real has already been accomplished. Our beliefs in our isolation is our dream. It is the cause of all fear, and the body is the central figure within the dream. The world we see outside ourselves is a reflection of our own inner beliefs we hold as true about ourselves. Once we learn to see ourselves differently, fear will be undone within our mind. It will become homeless. We will see that our fears were illusions we were making for ourselves, and we were doing it to ourselves without knowing how or why. Because the experience will be one of liberation and of freedom, there will be a rebirth that takes place within. The second coming and the rebirth of the Son of God, which is the light of God, is not an external event, but an inner one. The end of the dream is not a loss, but an unimaginable gain. Death of the body is but the end of the dream, but if there are still firm ties to the dream, then one will return to the dream again. Yet if one has transcended the dream while still dreaming, then one has overcome death entirely. Within the dream you are a body, In reality, you are the holy child of a most loving God, and your meaning is the light of Christ. To understand oneself more fully within a dreaming world, you can find greater clarity in learning to see yourself as a thought made of light, created within the mind of the Creator, created by love, whose mind is light, holy divine light, eternal, forever shining, heaven's meaning, the home of spirit, the home of who you are. To try and understand oneself by studying the body can only lead to confusion, because you are not the body. To understand what you are, you cannot find true answers by looking at what you are not. The body is under the direction and command of mind. It cannot do anything by itself, because it is non-living, only existing in time, and time is of the mind, and so like time, the body is a product of mind. The body was made not to be understood, and every answer it seems to give but leads to yet another question. Yet the mind is where understanding can be found, because the mind is the home of knowledge. And knowledge and light are one. Being willing to surrender the fearful limited beliefs of the isolated ego-body mind opens a way for the mind to realign and reunite with its greater self, where you are finally found. The purpose of dreaming is but to create an alternative reality to the one created within the Creator's mind, where love and light are one, a reality we were all created in. The world we see is a dream, whole and complete. For dreams to be wholly believed, there can be nothing real within them. We are powerless to their illusions if we are not aware that we are the dreamer and are not the dream.